Thank you. The Chinese philosopher Confucius once said, "Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated." Can you think of just one way in your life today that you could make things simpler? Madame Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests, before diving right into my overall speech, I want to open a small window into the current world with an icky little statistic. 4 in 10 Canadians rate themselves as highly stressed, the highest possible point on the scale that was provided to them. That means about 10 of us in here right now are at such a high level of stress that our everyday lives are being impacted by stress-related conditions. And I'm the only one who's up here doing public speaking right now. So why are we getting so stressed? One of the biggest contributing factors has been the proliferation and miniaturization of technology and information. 20 years ago, you needed a liberal arts degree to be able to name off the ancient Roman emperors. Today, give me a minute with my cell phone, and I will let you know the name of every single emperor in world history, how many people they ruled over, what their favorite dish was, and how much they liked horses. What does this have to do with being stressed, though? Aside from the absolute information overload we're experiencing daily, which is stressful enough on its own, there are a lot of things in the world that, though unfortunate and sad, don't actually affect us, that we are becoming aware of. Now, bear with me, I'm not saying that this is a good thing, but feeling stress towards every negative thing in the world is just going to stress you out. There are lots of things in the world that are not quite working right, and some things that are outright broken. But there are many positives to be found in the world too. The difference is where you lay your focus and the attitude that you bring with you with that focus. If you want to make a difference in the world, for example, start small and do what you want to do. One of the best pieces of advice I have ever received in my life was from my father. He always told me, if you're gonna do something, do it for a reason, as he proceeded to light a firework off of our apartment balcony. He had a point, though. We do a lot of things to put check marks in our mental checklist, not because we want to do it, or because it makes us happy, or because we have been told over and over again we should do it. We do these things without asking the simplest and most important question. Why? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why do I keep doing it? If the answer isn't either it makes me happy, it's changing the world in a way that's meaningful and impactful to me, or that I need to do it to survive, then maybe I shouldn't be doing it. Take a journey online today, and you're going to find an endless wall of text about every single problem that we have in the world right now and the ways that you can help make those problems better. It's great to draw attention to these problems, but we need more often to get away from lip service, and we need more definitive action. It's very easy to tell someone that they're ruining their life and that they're falling apart at the seams. It's much harder to reach out and give them a hand to get them back onto their feet. That is the essence of simplicity in life. Do what you want to do because you want to do it. Not because someone told you to, not because Facebook guilted you into doing it, and not because it has always been that way. Do things that make you, you. Work within the causes that you truly believe in, and you'll be happy with what you're doing. This may seem a little contradictory. I am telling you to do what you want to do, and for all I know, you may want to do nothing at all. If that's the case, then live you, and don't be judged for it. The problem lies when we do things with a particular outcome for ourselves in mind. I work in a call center, and I used to take calls daily. One particular call stuck with me. An individual called looking to donate the reward miles to one of our sponsored charities. What a wonderful sentiment, I thought. Helping out charities has never been easier. You just call in, and they get the benefits. With the transaction nearly completed, the person asked me, "How will I receive my tax receipt for the donation?" I informed them, unfortunately, we aren't able to do tax receipts for donated reward points. They don't really have a value that you can use that way. What good is that? They said, if I don't get recognition for the donation, why should I even donate? And they proceeded to completely reverse the transaction. Sometimes it feels like maybe we're missing the point. Do we always do something expecting something else in return? Is that human nature in a nutshell? I honestly don't let it bog me down. It's out of my control after all. And I always like to remember an important thing is that we should be here to forgive and forget. In life, it can be hard to let things go. And many times, we don't let things go as easily as we should. Almost all of us are taught to forgive and forget, yet how often do we? A very close friend of mine told me about a dark moment in their life once and said they wanted me to pass on their message wherever I could. When they were younger, they had been abused. And it was by someone who was very close to them and who was in a position of trust. When they were talking to their family about that person countless years later, their family members were shocked to find out that my friend had simply let it go. The response my friend gave to their family has always stuck with me and is a message I try to pass on. They said, "Why hold that hatred inside you and let it burn you? That person is a terrible person for what they did, but it's over, it's done. You can't change the past. Should I spend the rest of my life frowning because of what happened to me in the past? Or smiling because of how happy I am right now?" That is the essence of simplicity. Choose to remember the positive. Choose to let go of the negative. You cannot control this world nor the people in it. The only thing you can control is what you do and what you stand for. What do you stand for? What are you going to let go of? How will you insist on making your life simpler? Madame Toastmaster.